Welcome to the Mindset Mile podcast, the show that'll leave you empowered to take action towards becoming the turned up version of your already awesome self. I'm your host, Aisha Zaza, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's go. Hey friend, welcome back to the Mindset Mile podcast. We are almost done with 2023 episodes in 2023. And I am really excited to chat with you today about letting go of societal pressure, because this is really something that I want to encourage you to leave behind in 2023. And we're living in a really interesting time, I think, because this is how I feel, and maybe you feel the same, but I get the sense that we can all feel shifts happening in the amount of more open conversations that are happening around all kinds of different, really important topics that were either taboo or that we are kind of breaking the mold with in terms of motherhood, age, life goals, marriage, right? Health and mental health, and the importance of taking care of yourself. But when you're in the middle of a pendulum swinging, it's really hard to know where the pendulum is at on the spectrum. Like for me, I feel like we've come a long way from thinking that marriage needs to look a certain way, or that women have this role and men have this role, or believing that kids are meant to be seen and not heard, and that there's this one way to discipline children, right? Or that therapy and mental health issues are taboo, and thinking that fat makes you fat, right? So these are all just, I'm rattling these off the top of my head, but these are just kind of really generic topics that I feel like we are shifting out of, and we are waking up to the fact that no, the things that we've been told about these things are not true. Okay. And we're kind of discovering what it actually looks like. And at the same time, it seems like the more people who are waking up to these old ideologies, it kind of makes you realize how many more people still need to wake up to these old rhetorics. And I guess I want to give you a real life example of this in between that I'm trying to describe. And I'm not sure that I'm doing a really good job at, but it would be like how we observe inclusivity in tons and tons of marketing now, right? And there are many brands that show so many different body types and ethnicities and skin colors, yet we have a hard time applying this inclusivity to ourselves and believing that there is room for us where we're at, or that we still need to look different or be different. Okay, and age is another thing that I think is changing, yet we have a hard time accepting for ourselves. So I think it's much more common that we are seeing older women shining in the influencer space or in advertising. There's older women starting businesses and new ventures later in their life, yet on an individual level, so many still struggle with the belief that their ship has already sailed. Okay, so these conversations around us surrounding these big issues that really we need to fix, but these big issues and experiences that most people share, they're happening openly and much more vulnerably than ever, which is proof that there is change. The conversation around these things is the change happening, but still many have not subscribed to a new belief about themselves or a collective way of thinking, which makes it feel like we have so long to go, right? And when I say many, when I refer to these generic people, right? Maybe you feel guilty of being stuck with an old belief that you are not enough in some capacity. Maybe you have the belief that you're too old to start something new, or that you're not pretty enough to play a certain role. or that you're not hardcore enough or expert enough to have influence, or just in some way feel like you aren't living up to some societal standard that is broken. So this might sound a little harsh, but I don't like to sugarcoat things. But you are upholding the societal standard by not breaking free of it.
You're up for any challenge that comes your way. The Defender 110 is too. The iconic vehicle has been reimagined for 21st century adventure, and its unparalleled off-road ability, as well as its robust interior, are invaluable whether you're headed towards uncharted territory or just a weekend of exploration. The Defender 110 tackles challenging surroundings with absolute confidence. The SUV conveys strength outside and in, featuring peerless technology like an intuitive drive display and an award-winning infotainment system to keep you connected no matter where the journey takes you. Adventure is unique to everyone, and so is the Defender. Choose from the two-door Defender 90, the four-door Defender 110, or the larger Defender 130 with the ability to seat up to 8 passengers. You'll find uncompromising performance in all three. Pack up and go even further with the Defender 110. Learn more at landroverusa.com/Defender.
One of my favorite high-protein snacks is Greek yogurt, and to it, I'll add some berries and granola. But I'm super picky about my granola because most of them are made with tons of sugar and inflammatory oils, which is why I use Wildway granola. It's made from 100% real ingredients with no added sugars, preservatives, seed oils, or flavorings. Just wholesome blend of nuts, seeds, dried fruit, and spices. And they have such amazing flavors like coconut cashew, banana nut, apple cinnamon, dark chocolate sea salt, peach pecan, and vanilla bean espresso. They're all delicious. You've got to get your hands on some. Right now, save 20% off your first order with the code MindsetMile by visiting wildwayoflife.com. That's wildwayoflife.com using code MindsetMile to receive 20% off your first order. You may already know this about me, but I love making my bed every day. It starts my day off with a sense of accomplishment, but I also love slipping into a beautifully made bed every night. And my Cozy Earth bamboo sheets make all the difference. They are so unbelievably soft and comfortable, and the premium fabric regulates body temperature no matter the season. They're perfect for the hot summer nights coming up. Cozy Earth provided an exclusive offer just for my listeners. You could receive up to 40% off site-wide when you use code MindsetMile. Go to CozyEarth.com to explore their latest arrivals and to receive up to 40% off when you use code MindsetMile at checkout. Okay, and if you're a mom, I'm going to speak to the moms really quick for a second. It is time to let go of the expectations that you can do it all or that you have to do it all. Newsflash, nobody did it all. Nobody does it all. That is made up. It is illusion. It is fake, and it is hurting us. Okay. Whoever told us that we can have the careers and all the kids and all of the health and all of the happiness and maintain all these things, like that is not true. No one person is able to execute those things without dying years earlier than they should, because that is unbelievably high stress and pressure to keep it all up for some reason. You are not failing as a mom if you aren't able to keep up with being a chef for your entire household, being the house cleaner for your entire household, making all the appointments and ancillary duties that an assistant would do and gets paid full time. And there are jobs created full time around doing each and individual little thing that most moms or parents do. Yet we still feel like doing the majority of those things or all of those things and not doing them well enough, or doing some of them but failing to do others, that we are just somehow not doing enough. And we need to let go of the expectation that everything is urgent and that everything is important. You got to narrow your focus down and just know that you are doing enough and you are giving it your best. If you are an entrepreneur and you haven't hit 7 figures in your business, and maybe you've been in business for 5 years or 10 years, and it just feels like it's not working, or that you'll never get there, or that there's some secret that some business owners know about except for you, that is an illusion that will always keep you feeling like you're never doing enough and that your business is not good enough. And it'll continue to rob you of the joy of what you've built till now. If you are 50 something and you feel bad about how you look, or you feel bad about yourself because you don't look like Gwen Stefani, I'm here to tell you that even Gwen Stefani doesn't look like Gwen Stefani. We'll never know what she actually looks like at her age, or what most celebrities look like at their age, because it's all plastic surgery and filler and Botox and estheticians and personal trainers and makeup artists and photographers and editors that are even editing the photos that are completely fake anyways. It's literally an illusion of their age that women compare themselves to and strive for. And maybe you don't think the pressure is coming from an external place, and maybe you're admittedly really hard on yourself. Well, then it's time to observe and adjust your own expectation of yourself, because nobody does it all. Nobody has it all. Nobody's happy all the time, and you don't need to be either. We challenge the status quo by accepting ourselves where we are, and this gives others permission to do the same. It is a slow trickle effect, but that is the remaining swing left in the pendulum. It starts with you. So in 2024, I want to encourage you to stop using society's arbitrary measuring stick to determine your worth, how happy you are, and how much you've accomplished. This is honestly a constant work in progress for me too. So I am doing it alongside of you, but I'm willing to live it on display here or on my social channels if it empowers you to step into your own greatness instead of believing like you aren't enough, because you are. Please send this episode to someone. Please tag me on social so I can see which episodes are speaking to you. And if you have a moment to spare, truly just a moment, please give the podcast a rating as soon as you're done with this episode. It's so quick. Give it a 5-star rating or leave a review. It helps other people find the show when they are searching for personal development podcasts. Thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to see you next week, the last episode of the year. And until then, make it a great day.